If you need to do some brake maintenance on your 2007 through 2018 JK Wrangler, this set of C&L Performance rear brake calipers in red will be a good solution for you. Now, JK calipers tend to seize over time. It's just something they do. I've been victim of it myself, and if you're in that predicament, it's time to swap them out for better confidence while you're driving and better braking performance, whether you're mainly sticking to the street or hitting the dirt with your JK. Now, this pair is going to make swapping your rear calipers affordable and straightforward if you want to stick to the general OEM design, but are looking for an updated build and appearance, especially with the sporty red powder coat that these boast compared to the plain factory ones, saving you the trouble of painting them yourself. Now, these will have an OEM Plus build with some of the same characteristics as the factory ones, like a single piston design and the fit for direct swap, but will have a bit of an upgrade with the change in components. Now, these are going to be remanufactured OE calipers with all new internal components, including new seals and boots to ensure a proper lifespan when they're installed. Now, with the OE build, these are going to revitalize your braking system, and you'll definitely be able to notice a difference if your current set is on their way out, increasing your braking performance and giving you a bit more confidence on the road or off of it. Now, the calipers will be made of a steel construction, just like the ones that come out of the factory, and on top, they'll have the eye-catching red powder coat, which will protect the steel and offer the sporty appearance that we all know and love. Now, these will also be pressure tested to ensure proper function after the rebuild, so you can have some peace of mind that these are going to meet or exceed OE standards. Now, this kit will also come with everything that you need for a full bolt-on replacement, making the install very straightforward. Now, for the rear pair, this is going to come in at about $250, which is affordable compared to other choices in the category, and we do have the fronts available as well if you want to match all four corners on your JK. Now, I think for that price, not only is the OE construction that you're getting very worth it, but if you do want that red caliper appearance, it will save you so much time and effort than painting them yourself, especially if your JK could use a refresh anyway. They're also not going to go over the top if you don't need it for your application and would like to keep the higher performance aspect of your brakes to your pads and rotors, just pairing them with an affordable and reliable caliper set. Now, install will be a 2 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It will be straightforward if you do have some mechanical experience, and it should take you about 3 hours or so to get the job done. Now, I would recommend having someone to help you bleed the brakes at the end of the process, unless you do have the tools to do it yourself and just to have some extra brake fluid on hand. Now, at this point, I'm going to pass you over to one of our installers. They're going to show you a detailed breakdown of how to install these calipers here, whether you are tackling the install at home or you're just curious about how these are installed. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and get into it.
For this install, you will need an impact, various ratchets, 11, 13, and 15 millimeter sockets, 10 and 18 millimeter wrenches, a flathead screwdriver, some brake clean, a pair of pliers, some brake fluid, a caliper hanger tool, and also not shown here is a jack and jack stands and an extra set of hands to help you bleed your brakes. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing some calipers on our Wrangler, so let's get started. All right, guys, so obviously we have the truck in the air, we've got the wheels off. We're going to grab a caliper hanger tool because we're going to need that. So we're going to hang our old caliper off to the side. We're going to keep the line attached to it for now. We're going to wait until we get the new one installed and swap the line over to minimize fluid loss, because you don't want to dry out your master cylinder or lose too much fluid. So the first thing we're going to do is grab our 13 mil socket on our ratchet and pull our slider bolts out. So again, we'll grab our 13 mil socket on our ratchet, remove our 2 slider pin bolts. Break those loose. Now, you want to break them both loose before you remove one so the caliper itself doesn't pivot. And we'll pull our caliper off. Hang that on our tool. Our next step is going to be to remove our pads. Those are simply going to pop out. Sometimes they're a little stuck in there, especially if they've been in there a while. Slowly work them out. Now if you find that your pads don't want to come out, you can grab something like a flathead screwdriver. Just gently work it out. Next, we can remove our 2 caliper bracket bolts with our 18mm wrench. Once you have your bolts out, you can remove your caliper bracket. So now we can install our new caliper. Now these come pre-assembled. However, we do need to get our pads into our caliper assembly, but it's much easier to bolt this on as a full assembly and then take your caliper off of the bracket once it's in place instead of trying to fiddle with it in your hands. So we'll do that now. We're going to reuse our factory 18mm mounting bolts to get this in position. So now we'll get our caliper and bracket into position. Reinstall our factory mounting hardware. Get our first bolt started. Get our bottom one in position. Grab our 18mm wrench, tighten these back down. Now we can take our 13mm socket and get our new slider bolts off. You may have to hold this nut on the back side of your slider. You want to support your caliper while you do this. And pull that off. Now we can install our new pad clips onto our caliper bracket. And you'll notice one side of these have a flush clip and one side is more of a jut out. You're going to want that jut to be on the outside of your caliper bracket. Now we'll get our clip installed. And we'll do the same thing for our other 3 clips. Now we can install our pads. Now for demonstration purposes, we are reusing our factory pads. Now doing this at home, you might find this a good time to replace your pads as well, unless you just got them and your caliper locked up, but that's what we're going with. We're going to line these up. Pop those back into place. Do the same for our inside pad. Now we can install our caliper. So we're going to grab our provided hardware. Get the first bolt started. Swing this up into position. Get our second one on. We'll tighten these down. Now, one thing you might find is these nuts on the inside are generally too thin for a conventional wrench to go into. So you can grab a pair of channel locks or pliers. You just want to make sure you don't damage your slider sleeve. These do have a flange on the end you can grab onto. without damaging that. We'll tighten this down. So now that we have our caliper and pads in place, we can remove the rubber cover for our brake line fitting. We're going to grab a 15mm socket on our impact and pop our brake line off of our factory caliper. Now we do have a bucket underneath us to catch brake fluid as it comes out. You may even want to tilt this at an angle. Let that fluid run out. Now we're going to remove this banjo bolt as well as the 2 copper washers. So our kit comes with new ones. We're going to get our new banjo bolt, install a copper washer on the bolt head side. We'll get that through our brake line block. So now we'll get our new banjo bolt through our brake line block. We're going to add our other copper washer on the back side of that. We'll get this onto the caliper. Get that started. Now that we have our banjo bolt started, we'll tighten that down with an 11mm socket on our ratchet. You definitely want to use hand tools with this so you can tighten it to the proper spec without over tightening it and damaging anything. Now that we have everything in place and tightened down, we're going to grab some brake parts cleaner and just spray off any areas that got brake fluid on it. That way we can check for leaks and make sure everything's secure. And also you don't want brake fluid hanging around anywhere because it is corrosive. Now that we have that cleaned off, we'll grab our old caliper. You want to definitely use a rag or something like that to cover up the banjo bolt opening because there's still going to be some residual fluid in here, and we can set this aside. So now once you've got this side done, you can repeat this same process for the other side. Now the next thing we'll have to do is bleed our brakes, and to do that you're going to need an extra set of hands to hop in the car, or feet rather, to have someone pump the brakes to build up pressure, and then we're going to crack our bleeder loose to let the fluid out and air bubbles so we get a steady stream. We'll close that back up and we'll repeat that process a couple times until we get a constant flow. Alright, so once you've got your buddy in your car, you can talk to them, so we'll go ahead and pump our brakes up. Alright, hold that. Then we'll grab our 10mm wrench, crack our bleeder loose. Now, this may take a few tries. All right, go ahead and pump them up. All right, hold that. All right, go ahead again. Hold. One more time, pump them up. Hold. All right, now we've got a steady stream. So once you've got this side bled, you can do the same thing for the other side, and then we'll go up front and top off our brake fluid. So now once you've got your brakes bled, you're gonna need to come up to your master cylinder that's in your engine bay. It's gonna be directly where your brake pedal is on the cab side. And we're gonna remove the cap. And you have a fluid level marker for minimum and maximum levels that you wanna check. If your fluid level is in the middle or upper part of that range, then you're good to go. You don't really need to add any. But if it's low, or if you like to flush out the whole system, you wanna go ahead and grab some manufacturer recommended brake fluid, whichever spec meets your vehicle, and pour that in. Our fluid level is good, so we're not gonna add any right now. We would just top that off to the max level, then return your cap. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our C&L Performance rear brake calipers in red finish for your 07 to 18 Jeep Wrangler JK. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Wrangler, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.